Hey guys, Nicole here with Nicole Does Stuff, bringing you another Darby Smart box. I am really sorry it took me so long to get the other one posted. I realize it's not going up until about the time this one is, but summer just gets stupid busy for me. I've got a garden. I joined a kickball league, which I haven't done anything athletic in forever, so it's kind of funny watching me whiff when I try to kick that ball. But anyway, to the Darby Smart box. And as always, we have at least one cat standing by to help us in this. And this month, ooh, marbled candle holders. Those look pretty classy. The art of marbleizing. Thank you, Chie. Chie is very interested in this project. Let's see what we've got in here. Glow on with your crafty self. Oh. Okay. So we have the tea light bases. We have the tea light wicks. We have the soy wax. We're actually going to get to make the candles as well as the candle holders. Oh, cool. There's a fragrance for the candle. And oh my gosh, look at all this Sculpey. They were extra generous. Oh my goodness, cat attack. I'm trying to finish this while holding the camera while being mauled by a cat. They were extra generous with the supplies this month. I don't think anyone can complain about not getting their money's worth, because there's always people are like, oh, I could have gone to the craft store and gotten that cheaper. Well, you're paying for the convenience of it. You're paying to have a project that is potentially new sent your way. So to me, Darby Smart has been worth it every month, even when there's simpler projects. Sometimes you only have time for a simple project. This is neat. I've used Sculpey before, but I have never used like any of their odd ones. This one looks like it has pepper in it. It's called Gray Granite. Fun! So I will check out the directions on this. And here's the supplies. I don't know if I got an extra thing of Sculpey or if they just don't show everything, because I mean, it's not like they say there's 4 tea lights and 4 wicks and all that stuff. So it looks like you make it into some long snake-like pieces and then twist them together. It says you'll need equivalent of 2 blocks of clay to make each votive holder. Okay, so getting 4 blocks of clay was right then. They did half pack granite, half pack black, and 1 pack white. So combine them, twist together, twist the ends in opposite directions after every few motions to give the roll a candy cane appearance. Oh wow, and then they actually like flatten it out. That looks really cool. And then make an impression using the base of the tea light. Oh, and then they carve it with an X-Acto knife. That's really cool. You can see it makes the chunks of marbled appearance. That's really neat. Really wow, okay, freeze your clay. Huh. Okay, so that's what that was. Okay, so I'm going to start experimenting. I don't know if I'm going to make the same shape they did, though. They said half of everything except a full one of white. Okay, here's my clay. And then I'm just going to smush it out, I guess. This is really neat. I really like this textured one that they have. Oh, it's a little bit stiffer though. I think as you work it more, it warms up from your hands and gets easier to work as well. Okay, and here are my 3 snakes of clay. Let's try twisting them. See, that doesn't look right. It looks like it's just wrapping around it. How did they made it look so much better. Oh well, we'll see what happens. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look nearly as nice as theirs, but that's all right. I just don't want to work it together so much that, you know, the colors mix and I'll just end up with a gray blob. It's starting to look pretty cool. Oh, yeah, look at that. I like that swirl. I think this will be the last twist I do. Oh yeah, that looks cool. Look at that. Trying to make a ball. I kind of want to like see if I could turn this into an octopus shaped one, and instead of carving the geometric design like they did, maybe carve out some tentacles. I feel like that would be really difficult to do though. Alright, not bad. Got a marbleized ball. I'm going to go ahead and do my other one and then pop them in the freezer. As you can see, my clay balls ended up with quite different looks, even though they had the same amount of each color in them. So really neat how everybody's will end up being different. Okay, freezer time and then some carving. So their directions for baking say preheat your oven to 275 degrees and then bake it for 15 minutes. It does say baking times can vary. The thing is, the package of Sculpey actually says it's supposed to be every 15 minutes for every 1/4 inch. So I kind of feel like it won't be ready in just 15 minutes, but we'll find out. And then, let's see, it looks like we'll be able to work on the candles while I'm waiting for the clay to freeze and the oven to heat. So, microwave, place in a microwave safe glass container and heat on high for 1 minute or until fully melted, or you can do it on the stove. Okay, so that seems pretty easy. I've got ball jars, so I'll give that a shot. Alright, I really hope this jar is microwave safe. It's not like they label them. I guess we'll find out if my microwave catches on fire or this explodes and shatters in the microwave. I guess it was not microwave safe, so we got the wax in there. Let's head over to the microwave. And put it in there for 1 minute. Please don't explode. I really like this microwave a lot. I've had it like 6 years. I feel like I should check it at the halfway point. And just, oh yeah, it's starting to melt. The jar is getting kind of warm. 3, 2, 1, it's making popping noises. Oh wow, look, it definitely went the rest of the way. Wow, okay, so we got the melted wax. This jar is rather hot, by the way. There we go. And then it said to let it cool for a little bit before you add the scent, so we're going to do that. And I actually realized I messed up and forgot to make my impressions for my tea lights. So I went and retrieved these out of the freezer. They've been in there about 8 minutes so far, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to make the impression now. Maybe I can saw into it instead with the sharp edge. If not, I'll just wait for them to get back to room temp. Oh my. Yeah, so this is going to take some doing. I might just try to cut it out first. Let's see if that's an option. that didn't seem too bad. Ooh, that looks really cool in there. Look at that. Look at it, really marbleized pretty well. Ooh, get out of there, you. Wow. Let's try again now that we've got some of that out of there. Ooh. I think part of this is just the density of the clay. I don't even think it's due to being put in the freezer for that short period of time, because it was not in there that long and it does not feel that cold to my touch. Don't want the tea light to sink all the way in there because I do want to be able to retrieve it. I think I'm going to kill one of my tea light bases just doing this part. It doesn't seem too bad though. Just make sure I make my bottom even. Ooh, come out of there. And try to smooth it out a little bit. It's getting under my nails and that does not feel pleasant, but such is the way of crafting. Trying to give it a nice flat base. I had wiped down the table and everything too, so it's like, you know, I'll have to clean up again. Oh well. Okay, hopefully it doesn't like expand when it bakes or shrink or anything that's going to throw off my measurements. I think just to be safe, I'll try one of the ones I haven't been shoving in there. Alright, seems pretty good. Now I just have to do it with the other one. Alright, I've got them both hollowed out where they should fit a tea light, and here's all the clay that was removed. Try to think of something to do with that. So I was thinking octopus might be a little complicated, even though I want to do that, but maybe if I cut like down into it, I can spread it out and do like a lotus thing. Hopefully if I mess it up, I can squish it back into a ball and it'd be pretty forgiving, but we'll find out. Probably should just follow the directions, but what fun would that be? Oh, yeah, it's definitely too sticky now. It's going back in the freezer. Okay, well that's in the freezer. I think our wax should be cool enough. I imagine you don't want to add the fragrance too early because the heat will probably just burn it off because it should be oil based or whatever. It actually smells really good. It is really like fresh kind of scent and neutral. I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to add. Oh my. Swoosh it around. I think I added about half of it. I feel bad for my little tea light that got so damaged. Aww. Sorry, bud. Alright. So I got the wick. Got our fragranced wax. Hopefully. Alright, that seemed to go pretty well. I'll just let that cool and do the other three. Kind of feel like I should have waited and poured them more evenly, just in case this isn't enough to bring it all the way up. A little on that one. A little on that one. And just go back over them. Oh yeah, I think we got enough. That's really cool. I never thought that candles could be made in a microwave. And as I'm pouring it, you can see it's starting to slow and harden on the edge of the glass. Okay, just make sure my wicks are centered, and then hope like crazy that no cats jump up here, and let them cool. Hey. And the wax is starting to cool, so it's starting to go opaque. I did go back and read that I could have used some wax to fix the wicks to the base of the tea light holders, and that way I wouldn't have to worry about them moving while pouring the wax, but they seem to be holding quite well. So, yay! Okay, so I left my other one in the freezer for now, and what I want to do, I'm really hoping I can like carve it and fold pieces that I've carved out like petals. We'll see how this goes. I might totally mess it up. And it looks like making a sawing motion might be necessary. That, or I should have put a new blade in my X-Acto knife. Look at that though. Doesn't that look cool? I'm not sure like what I should do for spacing. I guess I'll leave a gap because then I can cut up higher on the next one. So I'll do a few low ones and try to space them evenly. Definitely need a fresh blade on my X-Acto knife though. Also a bigger knife would be nice. Maybe I should switch to like my kitchen paring knife. I could try going at it from the other direction too, I guess. Oh no, don't tear. I want you to look smooth. Oh my, I already don't have very high hopes for this, but you know what? You don't know unless you try. I am developing a lot more respect for people who work with clay for a living, like all the people who make jewelry and sculpt little things. This is a lot harder than it looks. Yeah, this looks like a 3-footed turtle, kind of. Okay, I'm gonna get my first layer done and then we'll come back and see how that went. Okay, here's how it looks after layer 1. I managed to cut 5 petals using that term very loosely out of it. And now I'm going to go back in between and do the same thing, slicing up higher between each set of petals I made. I just stuck my finger in the wax. Whatever. I will bravely continue on with this abomination. This table really is fantastic for crafting though. It wipes off really well. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna keep going with that and clean the wax off my hand. There's layer number 2, and I'll do a layer number 3, aiming again in between and above the last layer I did. Not sure if I'm liking it so far, but already come this far, no going back. Okay, so I've done a few more layers, and it doesn't look so much like a lotus as I'd hoped, as maybe more of a marigold or a zinnia if it was black and white. I think this would have been a cooler design to do with a pink or a red or something more flower colored, like if it was swirls of red. So I might just cut the other one geometrically, because with the black and white, it really seems like it would like sharp corners better. I'm going to try to finish this up and then move on to the next one. Okay, and here is my finished candle. This is still drying, the wax is still cooling, so I was very careful when I smushed it in there just to make sure it would still fit. Maybe out of some of this extra clay I'll make my flower a leaf. To make my leaf I'm just gonna kind of like pinch it at one end and then round it out to the other. And I will have even more clay left after I carve the other one into the geometric design that you're supposed to do, that. So I think I'll be able to do 3 leaves on this. I figure I'll just set them up in a triangle type shape when I get the other one done, and then put that on top of it. I think I want it to be a little bigger though, so let's flatten it more. I'd also go ahead and maybe like cut little leaf-shaped wedges in there. I don't know if I like that. Makes it feel almost more feathery than leafy, but wait. If we stretch it a little more, there we go. Okay, yeah, it's gonna give it kind of a weird palm leaf, but whatever. Alright, pulled my other one out of the freezer, and I should just be able to cut chunks out of it from the, oh yeah, that's cutting a lot better after sitting in the freezer. Get that cool look to it. So I'll just make it flat and use all the scraps to make my other leaf. Oh, that's cool. That's really neat. Oops. Wow. Yeah, I should have just done both of them like this. I guess it's not too late to start over. I just might lose some of the marbling, because the more you mash it together, the more the colors are going to blend. Less distinct the marbling will be. Ow! I just stabbed myself. It's really cool because it'll be one color on the outside and then you dig a little deeper and you start finding all these layers. Cool, so I did the outer rim, and then I guess I'll just start on the middle and do a middle row, and it looks like it's going to take about three rows of carving. Super cool. Yeah, I would totally do this again. Trying to think what else I can make. They show like the drawer knobs on the back. That'd be cool. Make all your own drawer knobs for your kitchen cabinets or bathroom. Trying to work quickly because it's starting to warm up. I don't want to lose these nice flat smooth edges I'm carving by mucking them up with my fingerprints or smushing them. It's really cool. I like this a lot. Right, that's 2 rows. Let's start the 3rd row. Oops, let's get a deeper cut. I'm trying to stagger it a bit so that like all my circles essentially I'm cutting off aren't lined up with each other. I want to try to give it a randomness. This is going a lot faster than trying to make that flower, but had to experiment. Alright. That's cool. It pretty much ended up looking like the picture. Let's see if we can still fit the tea light in there. Yeah? Freaking awesome. Okay, I can make my last leaf and then get everything in the oven. Here's my pile of carvings from my geometric block. Hopefully it will be enough to make a 3rd leaf. If not, I'll have to steal some off of one of the existing leaves. Alright, what I did was pulled the end off this leaf in order to get a little more clay. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I had healed those 2 little cuts from the end, but we'll bring them back and then just sort of bend those outward. And there, it's more stable and I got the extra clay I needed. Okay, I did pull a 2nd chunk off the tips of my leaves because I needed yet more clay. I'm just going to arrange them so they try to make an even gap in the center. And then I'm relying on the bottom of my flower to hold these together. We'll see if that happens. Fortunately, my clay is pretty soft right now because I haven't put it back in the freezer, which if you feel the need to put it back in the freezer to make it less sticky, do it. Alright. Wish I had a little more clay to pop in the middle of that just to kind of help it out. But I think we're good. Again, just going to test it with the tea light. Make sure it fits. it's kind of neat. It's hard to tell what it is because of all the marbling, but you know what? I'm pretty happy with it. I like it. And then there's the other one. Gonna put them on the baking sheet and get them in the oven. 275 degrees. Stuff on the baking sheet with some foil. Popping it in the oven. Timer, 15 minutes. Ha. It has been 15 minutes and it feels a little bit rubbery to me still, so I'm going to pop it in for another 15. And I think that should be enough because it's 15 per 1/4 inch according to the Sculpey directions. So my leaves might get a little toasty, but I want to make sure the thick parts are baked all the way through. So that should be enough time for up to a 1/2 inch. All right, I pulled them out of the oven and they're still kind of warm and actually kind of rubbery. I'm hoping when they're fully cool they won't be. Unfortunately, one of my little petals broke off in the move, so I'll have to glue that back into place. And, oh, I think I just broke another petal off the back. So this flower is actually very brittle, which makes me sad, but a leaf came loose too. So I'll try to glue what I can after it's cool. This is definitely a more structurally sound shape. And as you can see, the candles have cooled and gone to being the color of the wax originally. This one's kind of wrinkly because that was the one I was using to make sure my molds still fit. So it didn't get to properly rest. So yeah, we'll get them lit after everything's cool. Okay, I glued the leaves and petals back in place and lit the candle. It's looking pretty sweet. There's the way that it was supposed to be made. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this video helped you out. You know, if you like them, subscribe, that'd be cool. Also, using my referral link is cool because it will get me a credit so I can keep doing these videos. And there's also a code that will save you some money. So thanks for watching. See you next time.